Hello everybody, how are we doing? Bracket is live. I'm going to have a quick peek through this and see what we have got going on. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your Wednesday, middle of the week. Max Max versus Rex, Rin plays Straya, Sue versus Vanya, Triple versus Bullgum, Nightmare versus Milky Cow of Beyond, Beyond versus Future or Spats, Trap versus Lambo or Lancer. Lambo Lancer is fun. Firefly against a Velitos or another name I can't read. Skillet versus Uthermal, potentially Ryung versus Trigger maybe. Clan plays Eva or Hydra. Solo plays Geralt or Lunacy. Shin plays DNS or Ender. Spirit plays Young Machine or Gref. Classic plays Mocha or Stats. Creator against Coffee or Harstem. Oh, I kind of like Coffee Harstem as a first round matchup, actually. Yeah, I kind of like Coffee Harstem first round. I think let's do that. Let's do Coffee Harstem first round, and then we'll just sort of see where the bracket goes. There's not one immediate section that I'm clamoring to get into. There's a lot of good sections. I mean, I think a lot of second round matches are just going to be very fun in general. The Lambo Lancer series is also very fun, but I think we'll start with Coffee Harstem. Alright, let's go find Coffee Harstem. I imagine we're going to be on Americas. We'll swap on over that. Again, hello, good day. Hope everyone's doing great. I'm just going to throw one more round of ads at you guys. Not because I hate you all, but just because it means that we'll have a little bit more wiggle room a bit further down the line. Just makes the rest of our day a little easier. Where's this Harstem guy at, man? I bet he's not here just to piss me off. He's busy playing Terran, of course he is. What a champion. Alright, we'll probably take a few moments then to get started, guys. But we are going to be going into the Kung Fu Cup games today. Going to be a lot of fun. Alright, Kung Fu Cup's always got great players, great matches. We always have a good time with it, so excited for that to be the case today as well. Underway in just a few. Harstem's coming out of his games. Just missing Coffee then. That means we should be able to get going in a couple. Perfect, guys. Alrighty, so we'll be up and running very, very soon. Like I say, we're going to go Harstem Coffee, and we'll just kind of, like I say, feel the rest of the day out. I think there's a lot of good matches. It's very difficult to kind of necessarily pick some over others. So we'll just sort of take it as it comes and see what we like the look of as the matches move on by. You spectate the goat, Cyril. Cyril ain't in the bracket, mate. Cyril is not in the bracket. Do, 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 do. Yeah, Harstem Coffee seems like a fun, aggressive first round match, and like I say, we can kind of just figure it out from there and see what's going on. Do, 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 do. So we're just figuring out if Coffee is here or not for Austin to play against. So yeah, we're just looking for Coffee. Like I said, we have not seen him yet, but if we can find him, that would be amazing. He might be a couple moments. Yeah, I think Coffee is on the way. They are finding him. We can go Lancer Lambo as well if we need to. So we also have Lancer Lambo as an option, which is Lancer used to be known as Cyan, so Cyan Lambo is also a pretty cool match. If Cyril is playing with all the casters, follow Cyril. I would. It doesn't matter to me if there's 5 other people casting Cyril. The viewership I gain from casting Cyril versus not is just, even if other people are, is just huge. And it makes for much better YouTube videos. So if Cyril was actually in the bracket, I would be following Cyril no matter what. There's just zero doubt in my mind. Like I say, like I appreciate there's the whole like try and cover as many games as possible and stuff, but at the end of the day, like I'm here to, you know, we gotta be successful. You know, we gotta make a living. Viewership and viewers in general generally does that for you. So, yeah. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. Double check the server rule. Get this up and running. Where's the Tingle Tangle? Sugar Teats on the 3-year-old memes. Unbelievable. Tingle Tangle's not been around for a while. Couple of videos coming in. Dynasty, Ghost River, Amphion, Post Youth, Golden Aura. One more video and we'll have our map picks coming in. Get ready to go here on today's Kung Fu Cup, edition number 10 of the season. One more Kung Fu Cup. Next week's Kung Fu Cup is the final Kung Fu Cup of the season. Not sure if they've got plans or dates or anything for Masters Coliseum and stuff yet, because that's usually what this leads into, but, yeah. If I can actually find any information on that. No, they don't have anything on it. Okay. First map going to be Oceanborn. Going to get this set up for the guys. Get this underway. Players ready. Everyone's set. Click start. We gave everyone a lobby link. Perfect. Let's go. Let's turn off the music. Let's get the StarCraft beeps and bops and music in here instead. And get this ready to rumble. Alright guys, welcome to the Kung Fu Cup again. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining us in the midst of a week pretty full of StarCraft 2. We've had our own Wardy TV event yesterday as well. We're going to have that again tomorrow. I am away over this weekend, Friday through Monday. But yeah, keeping as busy as we can with all of our events and tournaments. As we have at the top left-hand side, our blue Terran player to start us off. This is Coffee. Or, as we prefer to say, Coffee. My boy Demi was here. Be Coffee and all the way through this series. As in the bottom right, our red Protoss player, Harston. It's a really fun matchup because we know Harston can be good, fun, interesting. Coffee can be such an aggressive player, though. He can throw this, that, and whatever at you. So definitely expect this to be a pretty entertaining series, honestly. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. And see if Harston can kind of deal with the pressures that Coffee brings to a game of StarCraft 2. Harston is definitely well versed in the styles of the Chinese players, because you know, it was a few times over that he went over to China and played in the Chinese league and so on. It was China or Taiwan. It might have been a bit of both, honestly. But he's well versed with these guys. He's been playing against these guys for years, so definitely one of the players out there that has a good amount of experience in these sort of situations. Let's see what he can bring to the table today. Going up against Coffee in this game number 1. Probe is just scouting about over to the left-hand side and already just looking to see a bit of what's going on. Let you guys gamble. Okay, I'll allow you to be degenerates. Hang on. Just please remind me to, just at me in the chat and tell me to close the prediction after the series so that I can start up a new one and stuff. Because I'm just terrible at remembering to do it. So, I don't mind doing it. It's just you people usually tell me when it's like 4 minutes into the game. I'm like, ah! Then it's more difficult for me to do, but... Alrighty, well, a couple of SCVs gonna go. A nibbling probe is gonna be coming about. CC comes over, drops down onto the natural. Reaper orbital, command center, factory coming up as well. As you just see, the Nexus and the Cybercore continue to come into play. Another probe just continuing through, and we just have Harston bringing the probe back down toward the bottom right-hand side. Just bringing this back across for now. Well, a couple of adept shots just coming off. Reaper going to get a grenade out, and that's going to be seen the adept getting pushed away. As the Reaper continues through, a couple of these probes taking some damage. Oh, the probe with the block as well. That's actually a beautiful play. Awesome getting the kill with that probe, filling the gap in the wall. That was absolutely spot on. Gets himself the Reaper, and okay information gathered by Coffee, but that's absolutely huge. As the Stargate coming up and online, a couple of probes continue to move about. And Cyclone, Marine, Starport, and the Orbital all continue to come up right now. Still got that Stargate about to finish. Couple more probes popping out, and the two Adepts of Harston making their way toward the upper left-hand side. So they're going to be moving in toward the natural here very, very shortly. As we look to see what the plan may be. So those two Adepts are going to move up a little bit. Cyclone is going to move forwards. Our Oracle and our Warp Gate on the way up as well. Lots of good defensive units against the Stargate opener, right? And obviously, good defensive units can turn into a pretty solid push as well in the right situations. So that's definitely one thing to keep our eyes on, keep mindful about, that there is potential aggression, especially with the medevac on the way too. Coffee will have options to bring action across the map here in the near future and to try and get something done. As you just see our Oracle moving back over to the left-hand side. Probe facility halfway done, so Harston just Phoenix now into most likely an Immortal defensively, and then Colossus is the long-term plan. That is 9 times out of 10 the way that this Stargate Robo style will run. As the Oracle shows up, gets 2 SCVs, going to make it, I was going to say 3. Should have made it 3 because the Cyclones get the lock on, and he was not far enough away to get out of there. 2 more barracks on the way up in the main base currently. Our Immortal, our Phoenix coming through, a Gateway coming up as well. Marines and the medevac still just making their way forwards down to the bottom. A couple more Cyclones coming through as well. And that's going to be 8 Marines, Wooden Mine, and 2 Cyclones joined together, ready to push in on the front line. Yep, got the Immortal coming through there as well. Just going to get that Immortal popping. That's going to be a big part of this defense. The Wooden Mine does not go off yet. Goes off on the second Adept. We're now target firing down the Wooden Mine, but the Super Battery is going to be taking some damage. It heals up the Pylon. I'm kind of surprised we didn't target fire the Cyclone sooner, but I guess because the idea is going to be that we're going to come in with the Phoenix here and lift those up. The Marines trying to target down a second Phoenix now. That's actually going to happen because we stopped targeting the Marines, which I think is a mistake. I think in this scenario, when you killed off so many of the Marines, there's never a world you shouldn't have killed off the final 2 Marines just to protect the Phoenix, because now you let another Phoenix go down, and obviously every Phoenix that dies is going to be a little bit worse for you, because Phoenix counts are meant to be kept high in these situations. You're meant to have plenty of them to work with. You do have Marines, Cyclone, the 1 medevac still escaping away, so a defense from Halston. I mean, Coffee is not in a great supply position. He's been pretty committed to this so far. 10 workers down currently, and a little bit of lacking army supply as well, so he doesn't really have much to show for it apart from infrastructure that's now coming online and upgrades that can start off of that infrastructure, the stim combat and +1 all on the way. So we do start to make progress over there. As Phoenix get turned back out to the center, Robo Base still about to finish, Nexus halfway done, 2 more probes coming out. Phoenix will head back up to the top as our Reaper comes underneath. Phoenix will just get a quick little grab on the Reaper. Again, Stimpack, Combat Shield, and +1, all of that moving through. Marine Marauder Medevac is coming up. SCV is still on the way from Coffee as well. Phoenix got left first, Marine going down, a couple Cyclone shots powering through. Next time, Thermal Lance coming online here from Halston. Only about halfway along. Our Phoenix moving around, a Colossus moving forward, Sentry as well. A few more of these units just in general from Halston coming over toward the 3rd base. The Bio Army continues to gather up in the center. Medevacs, Bio units, a couple of Widow Mines. All of this just getting settled. As our +1 attack is about to finish, and Coffee can make a move across to the bottom right-hand corner, so away we go. And there is the Colossus and the extended Thermal Lance coming about. A couple Stalkers and the Sentries are going to be there. Wouldn't mind taking some shots. Cyclone firing, the Phoenix taking a few more hits. A little bit more damage being done. Our Bio will stim forwards. Interference Matrix going down on both Colossus. That's great, but it only lasts for so long. Once those Matrixes fade, these Colossi are still going to be pretty full power. Gives up 1 Zealot here. We are going to lose the Robo, so Coffee able to dive in there. Here the Colossus coming back online. However, the Marauder's getting range to take down Colossus 1. Phoenix is still yet to really do much. Maybe they can lift Colossus, lift Marauders here, protect Colossus. I think we are going to get a full cleanup. At first, I thought the Medevacs might be able to lift up and get away free, but we're actually going to lose pretty much everything, as even this Medevac with a few units inside is the first to go down. So Coffee succeeds. He kills a Robo, he kills a Colossus, but he loses everything. And the problem for Coffee is this was pretty committed. Yeah, he's got a 3rd base and everything, but now you've lost everything all at once. And you've got a 20 worker deficit. Halston builds double Robo, so he'll get straight back to 2 Colossus production. And once he's got 2 more Colossus back up, he really is safe again. And because Coffee lost everything, there's no immediate kind of follow-up threat. If Coffee had a few units left over that escaped away, maybe you come back in very quickly and you can do very well. That's just not going to be the factor now. Phoenix still gathering in the center, as we have the Vikings coming through, the Ghost Academy about to finish up, +1 armor finishing on the Engineering Bay, and Concussive Shells coming up from Coffee as well. There was a 4th base from Halston down on the 6 o'clock position, and Phoenix coming back over the left-hand side. Look at that Prism, Charge, and +1 all coming through. The Phoenix going to go back up to the top. There's a couple of Widow Mines going to sit nearby there. First shot goes off. Phoenix taking a hit. Phoenix getting blasted as they get turned back down. Again, +1 attack. Armor, Charge on the way. We do have our Prism speed coming up as well. So getting that Gravitic Drive online. You know that that's a good one. There's a few extra Ghosts coming about. Armory on the Engineering Base still coming up. Couple more Medevacs in production. And once more, these Phoenix of Halston just going to go back around over to the left-hand side here, trying to see what else we can do. Marine Marauder Viking all on the way up. Engineering Bay pops through. It's not every day you hear the warty Skype sound coming about. Alright guys, I've found how to turn myself to DND on Skype. Alright, so Phoenix continue through, just hanging around in the center. Army continues to move around a little bit. Again, a couple of ghosts coming up, Marines, Vikings on the way, +2 attack will start on the engineering bay as well. Army still settling down. And +2, +1 coming up, Blink on the way. You can see there's a couple of disruptors still coming about as well. Dark Shrine coming through. Our Nexus is coming about. Extra gateway is building as we do have an army of Hearthstone coming up the right-hand side. They'll arrive near this set of rocks and can potentially pick through there. There's a few Marines. Gonna get lifted up by these Phoenix as well. Gonna get taken out. And back up the top, we are going to knock this set of rocks down, so that will fall. A couple of SCVs going to go down during this as well as Hearthstone continues to push up toward the top. Looking to keep on attacking in. Why did Protoss hotkey observers with army only to move command them into their deaths as opposed to just clicking Colossus carriers or army units in the back? I imagine you hotkey your observer with the army so that you would have it with the army if you need detection in the army, right? It's a small unit and you kind of need to keep it with the... You know, it's very difficult to manually control. Otherwise, I guess I don't understand the question. A couple Guardian Shields pop up. We do see Sentry Stalk coming around the right side. A couple of Widow Mines will blast here. And we will clear those out. On the left, we're going to have a little bit of a dive forwards to Colossus. It's going to melt through the Marines. It's the Marauders out of the problem. Super battery. Sorry, not even a super battery, just a regular battery is putting in some work. Phoenix were out of energy, so they couldn't lift up those Marauders to save a Colossus. The thing is, Coffee is still just bleeding out units. And as our Marines come through, Viking shots fire. Stalkers going to get rid of a Widow Mine. It's going to see another disruptor shot going down. And as you see, the Phoenix trying to come back in, but there's too many Vikings. I mean, I think Hearthstone's ground army is good, but the Viking count's a little scary right now. If you click on Observer and an army unit follows the army, yeah, but then it's not in the front of your army, so because it would be on one of the units in the back, if that's what you're saying. And also, if you lose that unit, you then have to retarget the Observer onto another unit, right? So I think it's just, the TLDR is it's just more difficult to do, and it's probably less worthwhile. I mean, Observer shouldn't go move commanding into its death if it's with your army, because that means your army is move commanding in towards its death as well. It's a control thing. So I mean, it's about convenience, right? And at the end of the day, a lot of the things in StarCraft 2 are the most efficient because they're the most convenient, and in this case, being the most convenient is just putting in your army. And then to improve from there would be to make sure you don't send them forward to their death. So as a baseline, just having it in your army hotkey is the easiest way to do it. It's less to worry about. Well, our Stalkers and Colossus just going to knock down this set of rocks, open up a little bit of space to potentially keep moving through. You have Hearthstone not quite able to take the final fight just yet. The last couple of moments have been a little bit tougher. Widow Mine shot goes off. We will see this Bioforce still coming around. Fire moving about a little bit. A few DTs going to go towards the upper right as well. Disruptor shot going through. Bio comes up. Another disruptor shot fires again. +3/+3. Cloaking on the Ghost Academy coming through. A few more probes coming about. DTs on the right side just get rid of the fourth base immediately, so that's a fantastic move already. Blink on cooldown for them, but well, they were out of range of the units. They walked back in. Now they actually lose the scan. Hearthstone pushing forwards here. Turns the disruptor onto the clunk of units on the left-hand side. I feel like the group on the right side would have been a fine target. We are still hitting well on the left, but we get fully surrounded. Hearthstone has to blink back into these Marauders. Every disruptor has died. His rebuild is Zealots, and then some more disruptors starting up too as Coffee works his way toward 3-3. 19 SCVs have dropped here across the board. We are going to see the rest of the Stalker's outforce coming through. Couple libs coming up. Nuke on the way. Missile turrets and cleaned out as these DTs continue to stay active. Blinking around, trying to figure out what else is going on. And this is a lot of damage from Hearthstone, obviously knocking down the 4th and a bunch of SCVs along the way as well. 4 libs coming up, missile turret and widow mines coming through, more SCVs on the way. This army still moving up to the top left, so we continue to go pushing. Super shot fires, marauders and ghosts going down. We are going to blink further to the left. GG is going to be called from Coffee, as Hearthstone just has too much here. And the good fights throughout are going to net him a Game 1 victory. Alright, well, Hearthstone DTing it up at the end there, but just looking pretty powerful throughout in general as we get ready to go into a game number 2. Hearthstone Coffee, second map coming in, obviously. We get to go back to back on these guys. Oh, I'm the host as well, so I actually get to host it, so we get to go straight in game to Site Delta. Let's get that started up then. Again, that was pretty comfortable for Hearthstone, I feel like, for the majority, but, I mean, he definitely took some losses. It definitely wasn't completely clean sailing. But for the most part, it did feel as though the bigger fights were going his way pretty much every single time. Like, in the grand scheme of things. Like, yes, there was moments in those fights where he lost the Colossus, like, uh-oh, is that problematic? At the end of the day, a lot of the answers to that was just, no, this was not problematic, this was not an issue, and things just got to reset back down once again. Alright, we hosted in with Terran. I'm going to try that again this time around. So we're going to try and rehost this. Alright, coffee's going to be a moment, guys, so I'll just run a minute of ads while we wait for coffee. Because we're not going to get started any sooner here. Easy channel points. Ay. So yeah, so we're just waiting for this. I'll keep you updated on the bracket. I mean, Max Pax has moved through Rex to play against Estrella. Sue got a walkover of Vivania. He plays triple. Not really too much else going on. Euthermal got a win. Clem's going to play Eba. Spirit plays Young Machine. Classic against Status. It's a lot of first round results coming in. Let's try this again. This time, hope Hearthstone gets the right race. It does. Hop on into this, guys. Alright, second game of the day as we get this TVP back up and rolling. And can Coffee find some better early game fights? Because it feels like that's what he needs to kind of get things going his way a little bit. As we head into the bottom right corner. So, in the bottom right, our blue Terran player. This is going to be Coffee. Down a game. I'm looking to bring it back here in a game number 2. See what sort of, like I say, aggression he brings, because we know he's the aggressive Terran. We know he's the SCV puller. Just waiting to see exactly how he goes about bringing that to life here. As in the top left, our Red Protoss is Hearthstone. Game number 2 for him. I think he just needs to sit back and play calm and defensive. Again, not all the fights were perfect last time around, but they were definitely good enough. As we get up and running. So getting a simulator coming through, Rex and the gas coming up on Coffee's side. What's up with the Lambo group in the Summit Bash tournament? It was played yesterday, we just haven't had a chance to cast it yet, that's all. I'm not sure if I have a chance to cast it even, because I'm casting today, Kung Fu Cup already. Tomorrow it's going to be 4D TV Summer Bash Group D. I might go live a bit early tomorrow and just do like it's going to be a long ass stream though. Like, I could go live like a couple hours early and cover a couple of the matches already, but I just know it's going to be a long day already. I don't know what to do. So, TLDR, we're working on it. Yeah, we are working on it. I just don't know what to do for the best. Stuff. Yeah. Trying to just figure out when to cast it. I might do a couple matches of it tomorrow, just not all of it. So yeah. Basically what happened was last week I couldn't get players together in time to play on Tuesday last week for Group A. So then Group A got moved to Thursday, and then basically the schedule of the tournament is because Kung Fu Cup's on Wednesdays and World Team League's on Friday, Saturday, Sundays every week. And then there's ESL Open Cups on Mondays. There's literally the only days I can run stuff is Tuesday and Thursday. So the days are scheduled for Tuesday and Thursday, but that meant that then there was no free day to move the group I couldn't get players for too, so it just got moved to a double group yesterday, but then I was just trying to, I don't know how to cast that. Because, like I said, I've got other stuff going on. I'm away this weekend. I didn't want to move it to next week because next week there's I didn't want to move it back a week because then that week I've already got TLMC and that's a week before Esports World Cup, so I wanted it to be done a little bit ahead of that. Yeah, I don't know, it's scheduling things is really difficult at the moment, guys. It's really tough when World Team League is 3 days a week. I kind of low-key wish they would put World Team League as like 2 days a week. And just have, because like World Team League is typically like 1.5-ish to 2 hours per best of 7. I feel like it'd be way nicer if we had like 3 best of 7s in a day instead of the 2 best of 7s, because I already feel the World Team League streams sometimes are just like 3 hours and that's it and it's done. It's like, oh. So yeah, it would be really nice for us to schedule other tournaments because everyone prioritizes WTL. Which means that obviously you don't want to overlap with WTL anyways, if possible, but then even if you do, you've got to work around the schedule of all the players who will prioritize WTL in the middle of your tournament. But, yeah, it's genuinely very difficult to organize stuff right now, because Kung Fu Cup and WTL take up 4 days of the week, and ESL takes up the other day, so then you've got 2 days to run anything on. It's wild. So much StarCraft happening. Not that that's a bad thing, as our Marines are going to come down here, and the Adepts are going to get forced away just by the first few Marines showing up. It's going to be Phoenix again from Hearthstone this time. He's going to maybe be a little bit more careful with the Oracle. One can hope. Obviously, this is 3 racks, so he's going to see if this with the Oracle is not going to be Cyclones here to grab the Oracle this time. But it's a good scout, because knowing it's 3 racks is a lot of the time half of the battle, because now he knows to be a little bit more safe in unit production. Absolutely would like to get an Immortal out. There's no world in which you don't get an Immortal defensively to help you against the 3 racks push timing. Also, if he doesn't get an Immortal, I'm going to lose my mind, but yeah, Immortal just keeps you very safe, unless he genuinely believes he would be able to kind of fight it off without it, in which case you can go straight into a Colossus maybe, but Immortal's just too good to not get. It just keeps you so much safer than not having one. So yeah, way too good not to get. As you have the Oracle still moving down, +1 attack and stim coming through. Additional Marines are producing missile turrets on the way. This Oracle still patrolling around in the front. Just keeping an eye on things for the moment. Marines will begin to push out. Actually going to see that Oracle, and the Oracle will see them, so able to put a bit of damage there. This SCV is coming across the map as well. Some proxy potential. Maybe set up some aggressive turrets or bunkers or so. Oracle flies through, missile turret fires. Oracle takes a shot already. Nexus is coming up on the 3rd base then, so we get that on the go again. +1 combat shield coming through. Battery coming up as well. A couple more pylons in production. 2 more barracks on the way, so that's going to be, what, 5 racks in total. Factory still coming up as well. He's just going to get rid of that Oracle straight away. Now going to get rid of a pylon. Well, this is where the danger lies. I mean, Hearthstone knew this attack was coming. Here's the Colossus. It's going to be so good against those Marines. That force field was maybe not necessary, as delays you kind of moving forward a tiny bit. Those Marines are going to run out of stim. Hearthstone's going to push this away. The Nexus, with only shield damage taken, Man, the Colossus was clutch, wasn't it? You see how good it is? As well, the Colossus is going a long way around, but that means it's not in position here. Gets back in range there, but we lost a couple of units already. I think he was going around a flank. And that would have been great if those units had continued to retreat, but the units had decided not to retreat. They had turned back around themselves, so that kind of reset things a little bit. Marines is going to go back home. Combat shields finishing up for them. There's a starport ready to pump out medevacs as well. First two are already out, so we can get some healing done as well, so they're not going to get one-shot by a single Colossus anymore. That obviously helps a lot and pushes us right back into the correct direction. There's Adepts, an Immortal, Colossus, and Sentry, all gathering up on the front of the third. Fire Council Forge, now a couple of gateways coming through as well. The battery starting up from Harstam on the third base also now, as the Phoenix is going to try and hit the medevacs. This army collecting together. We're just going to be seeing a little bit of Marine Marauder through the center of the map as well. Going to come across towards that left-hand side. Still got extended thermal lens, about to finish on the Robo Bay. Scan comes out, battery about to finish. Couple more probes getting picked up as we actually have a Marine just going to sit and pick through the pylon over here. Obviously try and make it difficult for Harstam to take fourth base. Coffee has the double drop position to go into the main. There's two Stalkers in the Phoenix that are just kind of out of position a little bit. Starting more towards the top than the bottom side of this. Well, the Marines are going to be an issue because the Stalkers will die and then there's not really anything to deal with those Marines. Phoenix can't deal with them. Robo Bay in some trouble. Okay, here come the Colossus. They are going to be the saving grace of this fight. We try and fight a Colossus. That's never going to end well for you. As one medevac goes down, the other medevac tries to make a reposition, but we lose 3 of the Marines inside. And this is now pretty much dealt with as Harstam is dealing with the rest of this army. So just getting a little bit caught up in the multitasking of this fight that's been requested of him. That Colossus is in some danger, but we just about pull it back, even with the battery dead. It looks as though we're going to be okay as Harstam is fending Coffee off. And each time he fends Coffee back a little further, it is just going to be one step closer to Harstam seeing success. As that Bio Army escapes over that far right-hand side. Phoenix going to get some lifts off. Marauders and Widowman getting lifted as well. We'll just see our continued cleanup happening. A couple more Marauders lifted again. Marines turn around first. Phoenix goes down. Second Phoenix taking shots. Widowman connect as Zealot going down as well. Still got charging +1. On the way up on the side of Harstam. Phoenix and the Immortal coming through. A couple more High Templars coming up. Immortal is also on the way. Colossus firing, a few Marines going down. It's going to be seeing this army continuing down towards the bottom side as we continue to push. Widowmine burrows up right next to that Sense Tower. Colossus still firing up a little bit of a storm there. The Widowmine gets picked off again. Going to have a few more High Temple again warped in. +2 attack also in production. This army doing its best to just keep on pressing forwards now, as we are going to be seeing the Immortal, Colossus, doing what they can to just keep on pushing through. 2-2 upgrades are on the way out with additional Marines being built as well. Threatening the idea of a push up in towards the top side of this. The Wood Zealot's going to come through, pick off the Sensor Tower. Archons going to be taking some more damage as well. 22 SCVs going down. First Colossus falls. Second Colossus being microed about a little bit. Don't get me wrong, Harstam did a great job here so far, and it is going to be good enough. I was just going to say, he was starting to lose some of the tech units. A little bit of micro obviously helped out, keeping a couple final ones alive, and that is going to be good enough for Harstam to take the win. And Harstam moves forwards into the next round of action today, where he's going to be playing against Creator and a little bit of PvP. This is going to become a very PvP-focused section of the bracket. As, by the way, Lancer 2-0 Lambo as well, so that's a result that happened. We might just go for the Harstam Creator matchup. Just because as I look down the bracket, I sort of look at this, and there's a lot of PvP anyway. So maybe we just go Harstam Creator, watch that PvP, and then we can just go from there. I feel like that just gives us something to cast like straight away, which is obviously good. So that's nice. Yeah, maybe we just do that. Maybe we just do that. Do. So I think we're just going to wait for Creator and go Hearthstone vs. Creator, guys. Jump into that as our next match. Some PvP on the way up. Perfect. Hearthstone comes in with the win over Coffee. And we'll get Hearthstone Creator going as soon as we have Creator showing up. Not sure how long that'll be, but hopefully not too long. Get that underway. Dum, dum, dum. So yeah. Maybe I'll go find Creator to help speed this process up a little bit. Making tell Creator to hop on over to America. He might just not know that his opponent's ready. Alright, alright, alright. Will I be on the desk at EWC2? Will I be on the desk? I have no idea. There is no announcement made about Esports World Cup talent. Down, 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 down. So yeah, Creator and Hearthstone should be videoing up, guys. Creator's telling Hearthstone how to to update the bracket, bro. Love it. I can start production, I guess, for this one. Give you guys a few minutes to bet some money on PvP. A couple of videos coming in and getting ready to rumble. Hopefully in just a few moments we get this all started up. How's everyone doing? Make our way through the early matches. Things are feeling pretty decent. Yeah, hopefully I can get this Awesome Creator Series started. We're just getting some videos in very slowly. Side Delta, Post Youth, Amphibian Dynasty, Golden Lore, and Alcyone all vetoed, so we'll have Oceanborn. Actually, interesting set of maps outside of Oceanborn, right? Oceanborn, Ghost River. Actually, gonna be starting on Ghost River and Crimson Court. And there's just never a reason to veto Oceanborn, huh? Go goes, ready, GLHFs are called, and we will kick off into this. We'll get this started up. And let's get into our next round. So, round 2 here of the games. As we make our way into Creator versus Hearthstone PvP action on the way up. Get this underway. Dive into it. In the top left hand side, it is going to be our blue Protoss player. This is Hearthstone. In the top right, our red Protoss is going to be Creator. Creator and Hearthstone for PvP actually should make for quite a fun clash. Kind of a difficult one to pick. I think Creator has been pretty much more kind of established and kind of more consistent lately. I guess we'll see if he can make it happen here against Hearthstone, who absolutely I think has the potential though to come in and win a match and make things interesting. So we will see. So a couple of gates coming up, Cybercore on the way through, Pylons building, obviously right now seeing a very standard opening to PvP, which is going to be the 2 gateways each, so we get 2 gates on both sides of the map. Get that set up, ready to begin. Pylon about to finish, probe still moving around, again gates and the Cybercores all coming online. Just get that up and running. Again, Wolfgate Sentry coming up, a couple more Stalkers on the way out here from Creator as well, getting those going as a Pylon drops down on the low ground, and Probe will nibble the other probe for a little bit. So yeah, 2 sentries. Just coming out here from Harstam, so there's going to be our difference in the early game. 2 sentries versus the 2 stalkers. Sentries coming up over on the side of Creator. We're just going to be seeing the Nexus coming through, and the 2 stalkers will actually go poking across the other side. So coming across to the top left-hand side, Robo Facility's already on the way up from Creator. The Nexus is building, the Sentry about to finish. Warp-Gate's built on both sides as well. Stalker's able to get rid of 1 Sentry and going to keep the pressure up as we continue to put some action into play. Still nibbling here, a bit more back and forth. Stalker joins up with the other sentries. Robo Facility on both sides. That's a force field, and that's a dead Stalker, at the very least in the front line. So that first Stalker goes down, the other Stalker gets hunted away. Pushed back for the moment. That robotics facility is coming up and online. Just going to bring that through. Robo Facility coming in, the Sentry popping up, Adept also coming by as well. I mean, again, just the early game. As the gateway units don't look to do too much in the end, we both ended up on 3 sentries. This should just be an expansion versus expansion setup, and with the Robos up as well, really difficult to imagine either player really seeing too much aggressive success. Austin will be faster to the Twilight Council. He went Prism without an Immortal. Two Adepts is going to move up into the natural and toward the main base. Prism Pops comes over the side. We will see more units of Creator continue to come across the left-hand side, and just going to be seeing our sentries just going to nibble at that Prism, pushing it back as the Stalkers will be in position to deal with the Adepts as they move on through. Right, then Prism and the Stalkers continue to move across, still having our units of Creator here gathering together a little bit. Forcefield's going to go down, obviously with the Immortal already here, that's a massive help. Arsenal's trying to get into Glaives, whereas Creator has not wasted time building into anything off of Twilight Council. Both Probes going down on the other side as the Adepts get going, but that means that Harstam's missing the Prism from over at home. He's up 9 workers, so he really just needs to get units out. The Immortal on the way, but Super Bounty's now falling down a little bit. You've seen the Adepts going down, a couple of them dropping. The Probes getting stuck. They need to get in the front here if they're going to truly fight this. I do not think Harstam has enough power, man. The Adepts coming in still from Creator, so he can get rid of Probes very quickly and easily. He has been losing Probes himself, so Harstam still has a 6-worker lead. But now Harstam has basically no units. He needed the Immortal big time. And Creator's going to take the 1-0 lead. It is going to be Creator taking the 1-0 advantage. Alright, I'm going to go game number 2 then, guys, in just a sec and see if Harstam can pull it back, as Creator just hits him with the timing there. Does not really give him much of a chance to play setup. This one kind of comes to a crashing halt very early on. As second game coming in on Crimson Court. Actually kind of a fun map then. Waiting for Harstam to jump out of the lobby. Sorry, out of the replay so we can host the lobby. Look at me being all proactive, hosting lobbies and stuff and keeping players moving. Bam, bam, bam. Go, ready. Alright, let's kick this off, guys. We're set to play. Game number 2 here as Creator has the 1-0 lead. Looking to make a run against Classic in the next round. Round of 16 is what lies ahead, and that, like I say, would be Classic. Fireflies moved through in his match. I think that may have been Silky he played against. So Firefly is in the round of 16 as well already. So some results starting to come in as we jump into the bottom left side of Crimson Court with the Crimson Protoss player This is Harsum in the bottom left, representing the Shopify Rebellion. Top right, our blue Protoss player. Up 1 is 0. This is Creator. Pro just coming across the map. As we will see here. I'm expecting to see 2 gates. I mean, we'll see if Creator tries to play a 1 gate expand. That could be interesting if Harsum gets aggressive against it. Just gonna get a Zealot. Get up and rolling. Just gonna have our Cybercore coming through, Zealot on the way. So yeah, we are just gonna have a Creator able to expand quickly, and Harsum's now got to make a choice against the 1 gate. Does he want to try and punish this? Or is he just gonna try and expand himself with a 2nd gate, so he'll have a couple more units but a later expansion? Now Pro moves up to the high ground. Gate still not snipers the blocking from Harsum to try and delay as much as possible. With his own sentry on the way, that takes away any real option to kind of put down a tech structure, so much more likely than we are seeing Harsum expanding in the near future instead. Stargate finishing from Creator, so he's just going to be on that Stargate before expanding, which is pretty normal as well. Obviously, MaxPack's big fan of this. Getting the Stargate up gives you a lot of versatility in being able to defend and just everything else that you would need to have when it comes to setting up in this PvP with an expansion. So we get that up and rolling and get that all set. Focus is just going to be producing through. The Zealot actually walked all the way across the map from Creator and actually finds himself a couple of kills. Well, 1 kill, the other kill went somewhere else, but there's even still a few probes running around, and 1 probe absolutely guaranteed dead by that Zealot. Not bad at all. Uncle shows up, just going to go for the Stay Sword here. Harsum pulls the probes. Correct call. Instant kill. Still got a couple of hallucinations popping through. The Stalkers and the Sentry still pressing forward. Oh, and I love the hallucinations here. Always a great way to tank. And right now they are the only things taking damage. The 2 hallucinate Stalkers do great. Still alive. Finally again taken down. But that could have been 2 real Stalkers instead. 2 hallucinations are dead. The battery out of energy. Oracle will go down, and it's Harsum with the timing window here to get some serious damage done. Super battery pops, and that will save Oracle too. Stalkers popping up. Twilight Gaunt's still on the way in. Stalker and a battery coming up on the front of the natural as well, so we get that on the way here. Units of Harsum continue to move toward the front.